What are some of the interesting things you find in our game that would make you want to play this game again?
I think it was the atmosphere. Like, it actually felt like you were a little kid walking around in terms of like the size and stuff. Like, I wanted it to be taller, but then I thought about it again. I was like, I'm a little kid right now, remembering like what my mom did for me and stuff. So I thought that was the most interesting part.
In Dear Alex, the player will be portrayed as a young teenager who has experienced a tragic childhood due to lack of parental love. The game allows the player to go through his memories together through a flashback. We want to create an empathetic experience that puts the user into the perspective of the protagonist and senses the feeling that Alex is having. Through structured visuals and auditory, the player reveals the secrets that have long been buried by his father. Our goal is to illustrate a strong emotional connection through exploring the narrative about a mother's and a child's memories. We emphasize this by preparing various audio triggers and the in-game letters written by his father. Then the story would slowly build up the tension and emotional responses by revealing what has really happened to Alex's mother. By listening to the transformation of Alex's state of mind, the player are also assumed to be affected in a similar way.
I can see when I see the items, I can kind of remember like what my mom gave me as like a little kid as well, like those presents and all those, so I can kind of relate at the same time.
What do you think of the audio feedback, such as the narration? Do you think it's clear that it has told the story about Alex and his mother and their emotional connection?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I couldn't see it. Like, when I was listening to it, I was getting kind of emotional. It's like, dang, this kid had a hard life. What a loving mother.
In Dear Alex, we've prepared a backstory that introduces about Alex and what users are about to experience. It has been 10 years since mother has left me. All these years, I've been treated terribly by other schoolmates. They mocked me, bullied me, and called me names. I can't take this anymore. Why would mom leave us and dad won't say a thing? This sets us a transformation stage by transitioning players from their physical space to virtual space. Once a player dives into the game, they will be navigating through a linear path that allows the user to learn about the story in a step-by-step process.
I think I've heard it before.
This prevents the
Sounds
players to
very
miss
familiar.
pieces of information.
Someone I
From
know.
this design, the users are able to portray as Alex and slowly gain empathy when the players progress in the game. We address this transformation through changes of tone from Alex's dialogue as well as the atmosphere of the environment.
That seemed like the whole point of the scenario, and I definitely felt some emotional connection with the character.
For Dear Alex, we focus on the sensory immersion to emphasize and highlight Alex's inner state of mind. This is achieved through design visuals and auditories, such as surrounding sound to simulate real-world environment. We also prepared a noise cancellation headphone to ensure minimum disturbance from the physical space. We have structured a realistic in-game environment that mimics real-life building structures to reinforce the presence of a player due to the reality-virtual continuum. We also have elements that would trigger imaginative immersion. For example, the narration or letters that appeared in the game only provide portions of information that hints where the player is at, why is he there, and what has really happened to his mother. This creates an empty space for the player to imagine and to create their own story. While developing our game, we make sure that our audios are realistic in ways that would be similar to the real-world environment. For example, we would post-edit our sounds that would transform the output levels, reverbs, and effects depending on the object that is being interacted with or the environment that takes place at. For instance, the telephone is added with a muffled effect by cutting out the high frequencies and lower frequencies. This acts similarly to the function of real-world phone when you listen to it, and this strengthens the reality factor of the VR.
I wish I could see Alex grow up. Life is filled with hard times and difficulties. Alex may be struggling, so you need to guide him and protect him along the way. Tell him to be strong. Even when I'm gone, I'll always love him with all of my heart. Please don't let him know about my condition until he's old enough. I would wish a million times just to have the chance to be his mother again.
Yeah, I found the environment quite immersive. So from that perspective, I think it was really good.
In our controls, we have adopted the Oculus Rift for motion tracking and hands-on PS4 controller, so that the user will have more freedom when playing the game. This allows our users to rotate their body where they want to look at, and which helps them to leverage the affordance of being in the environment and making them immerse in our design game space. On the other hand, the PS4 controller avoids problem where the users have to search what she or he pressed on. Hence, it reduces cognitive load and possible pauses that would break the user out of the immersion.
The controls were easy, and I definitely liked it more than some of the other ones, where you're able to move according to your analog. You don't need, so if you're looking left, you move left. I like how all the controls were interactables were highlighted in a way that is obvious what can be interacted with.
The engagement through our technologies also help us to enforce the character's age, the mindsets, and their inner voice. For example, by using the Oculus Rift and the noise-canceling headphones, the player is able to really put themselves in the perspective of a child due to the adjusted height in the game. Moreover, the noise-canceling headphones also plays an important part of immersing the players into the game as they aren't distracted with the external sounds. The user will be able to differentiate the transform from scene to scene.
I think it was the items that you put in the game, like for example the teddy bear and all those stuff, they kind of relate to like a little kid and what like a mom would actually give to a son. Yeah, so I thought that was the thing that really intrigued me.